Hello everyone. So here I will be sharing some of the functions of NumPy under Python. So NumPy is basically a library containing various functions to work on, and for Python, here I'll be sharing some five basic functions which are quite useful to work on under NumPy. So firstly, we'll be discussing the digitize function. The digitize function is here you can see this. Firstly, for writing this code, we need to write a statement saying import numpy as np. Then only this will run. And after that, we here I have randomly taken names as a and bins. We have to take two values, and here for a, I have given we have to write the uh, we have to write the code as np.array, and then we have to write the name, the values of the values. We can give random values under bracket 1.2, 2.4, and so on. Similarly, I have given random values to bins, and just to write we have to write a string as np.array. Then here I have given a comment as using np.digitize method, and here the function which we are using is np.digitize. So then we have to write the code as g is equals to np.digitize, and in bracket we need to write a and bins. So we've taken two values of a and bins, which I previously mentioned. What are the values? This is 1.2 and 2.4 and etc. So like that, we have to write g is equal to np.digitize, which is our function, and in bracket we have to write the two values which we want to work on for this function. And then finally we have to write print g. So we will be getting the values as output, which we get as 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the output which we get. Now moving to the next function, it's the repeat function for numpy. So basically, here I have given the name to my document as Christ. So my folder to the name to my folder is Christ. So that's why the statement which we are writing is import numpy as Christ. So now, as a comment, I have written working on 1D. So as the ARR array print, we have to write Christ dot arrange, and similarly you have to give two. You have to give the list of repetitions. In the first row, we are giving two repetitions, and then we are giving three repetitions. And here we have to the function which we are using is Christ dot repeat. So here, if I would have named my folder as np in place of Christ. So similarly, I would have written import numpy as np, and in the same way, I would have written np dot repeat. So this is how we should use this function. So in the same way, we'll be using the function as Christ dot repeat, and as the output, we get the output as repeating error as basically it will give us the shapes, how many numbers are there. And we in the second time repeti in the third time repetition, as you can see, is the hashtag. We'll be getting like in the second time we've got the repetition as two times. So basically from 1 to 4 we took the value, and we have to arrange it in ascending order, and that too the numbers are getting repeated two times. So in the repetition of 2, it is getting repeated two times. As an output, you can see we're getting it 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, and the total numbers which are there in the bracket are 10. And then similarly, when we're getting the repetition is 3, so it is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and like so on. Each number is getting three times repeated. So and total number of numbers are which are present in the bracket are 15. So like that. Then moving to the next function. Next function we have is line space function. Here again I have named my folder as Christ. So as and the function which we have to use is Christ dot line space, because I've named my folder as Christ. Basically, the function is dot line space. So the same way, if I name my function as np, then I have to write in np dot line space. So the code is as follows: print bracket. We have to be very specific with the double inverted commas, and then b backslash n double inverted bracket comma close comma Christ dot line space, which is our function, and then we have to give the values as 2.0 and 3.0. Number is 5, and then uh, red step is true, and then the same thing is n we have to repeat, and then as an output we have got which as an output is shown in under b and a. This is the output which we get. Now moving to the next function is import. The next function is a random choice function. So here I have given the folder name as np. So it is here I'll be giving the statement as import numpy as np, and then here I'll be using matplotlib because I have to get this diagram. So to get this diagram, we should use matplotlib dot pyplot function. This is a function which we have to use in order if you're working on to get a figure. It can be any pie chart, it can be like any figure which we want, any diagram which we want. So here we have got a bar diagram, so that's why we have to use the function as matplotlib.pyplot. Then as a function which we are using is a random choice method we're using as a function we're using. So random np.random.choice is the function. If my folder name would have been Christ, then I would have written Christ.random.choice, and this would have been my function. And here the variable which I have taken is count, bins, and ignored, and we've given various values, and then as an output we've got this diagram. So this is another function known as random choice. So basically random choice means if we are randomly choosing some value out of the whole lot which we have, so in that case it works. Then the last code which we have as a function we'll be working on is the input function, the polyfit function. So basically here the function which we have is which we have to write is ppool.polyfit, and we'll be giving some various values, and the name of the folder which we've given is ppool. And like that we've given two variable names x and y, and we have given the values to x as 1 2 3, and randomly we have given the values to variable y, which is 3 45 and 5. And like that as we did this function, we concluded with the output as minus 41, 165, and minus 121.1. So these were the 5 functions which we discussed in this video, and these are some of the functions which are very useful if you work under NumPy in Python. So here also I would like to just brief that NumPy is the whole lot of is a library which is containing various functions to work on, which are very useful. So uh, if you guys if we dig into it, we'll get more functions to work on. These are some 5 basic functions which I found interesting and useful to share. So this is it.
Good morning. So I'll be explaining the functions of NumPy. So the first function is manipulation function. So this function helps us to perform changes in an array element. So the function which is used is NumPy reshape. So this function allows us to change the dimensions of the array without hampering the values. as we can see in the example. The second function is the numpy string function. So in this function, we can manipulate the string values containing in an array. Some of the most frequently used functions in this string function is numpy char capitalized function, numpy char lower function, and numpy char upper function. So the first function, it capitalizes the first character of the entire word or a string. The second function converts the case of the string character to lower string. And the third one converts the case of the string characters to the upper case. So, as we can see in the example, in the first function, the word Python data, in the word Python data, the P of the Python has been capitalized. Similarly, in the second and the third function, the word Python is in lower caps and capital caps. The third function is the numpy arithmetic function. So the main arithmetic functions which are shown in the example are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So, and the third, so the next function is statistical function. In statistical function, these functions are very helpful in the domain of data mining or analysis. So main statistical functions are how to find median, mean, and average. So if we're given a string of numbers, we can easily find the median, mean, and average using numpy medium, numpy dot mean, and numpy dot average using these functions. The last function is to basically how to convert list into a numpy array. So to convert a list into numpy array in Python, uh, we like the function used is numpy.array, and it passes the list as argument to this function. So for example, the syntax to call numpy.array to convert a list is numpy.array x, so where x is a list. So in this example, we take a list in x which contains numbers like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32, and we convert this list into numpy array using the function. Thank you.
Hello everyone. As I'm going to talk about Python's Panda, which is one of a library of Python only. So here, as I have done earlier, this code. First, I have started with import numpy as np and import pandas as pd. This is done for opening both the libraries like numpy and pandas, so that what all we are going to do the code, it will be saved in that library. So here in first one, I have created a empty data frame, that is df equal to pd dot data frame. Then I have printed df as I have given df has an initials. So I have got empty data frame. Then in second code, I have initiated d2 I am creating a data frame of dictionaries, and in d2 I have given sn number as 1, 2, and 3, and name has a, b, and c, that is a random name. And then has I also have in the data frame I have given d2 comma index, as I need index like s1, s2, and s3. So when I printed, I got this has my I got an output of this one, that is s1, s2, s3, then has an ending s number, then names, and under that I have given the values which I have given. Then third function which I'm going to talk is about selection and indexing. As I have given in the above code, I am running in this code only slicing and indexing, and here I am selecting and indexing s number. So as you can see in this and the for and the code for this is df, then box bracket, then single quotes SN number, as I am selecting only SN number. And you can see the output, that is S1, S2, S3, and 1, 2, 3 is an by default it is given, it is by default it has been given to us. So yes, this is how we do selection and indexing in pandas. And I have also do selection of names from the above dictionary code, which I have done earlier. And you can see that I have gotten in output of my index as well as my names only has been selected, and there is no SN number shown here. So this is my another code. And in this code you guys can see that I have this used a drop function. Drop function is actually used because used for deleting one of your table. As you can see that I have dropped SN number, and in the above this is my actual output, but now I have dropped SN number, so I have got only name and my index, as I have deleted SN number by using the function drop. And here you can see that I have used a log function. Log function is actually it is used for slicing of a data frame in pandas. Function like log is primarily used for label indexing and and there is also one more function, which is ilog function, which is mainly applied in integer indexing. As I have no integers here, I have used log function. And over here in logs, in this code I have given df.log, then in box bracket s1, I have selected s1, and you can see the output has only, I have only got s1's name, that is AAA, and down you can see that name is s1 and data type is object. Okay, then the other function which I have used here is missing data. It is actually like I have given I have made a data frame, and over here you can see that I have written 8 6 then NP, which is actually null. And null in this, there is nothing in that one. Like in the other one, 10 np.nan, then again np.nan, and you can see the output of that, that is I have by default I have get 0 1 2 0 1 2, but you can see that where all I have given np.na, I have received ne in that. So yes, here I have used a drop na function, that is actually used for deleting the above nas, that is null, where there is no values there. So I have given the code df.drop na, and you can see the output like there is only values, where is a value that is only displayed here. Then the other function which I have used here is fillna. Fillna is actually used for filling the function, where that is like in the above function you can see that I have given null functions nan for my codes. And now you can see that when I have given df.fillna, like in the in bracket values equal to fill value, you guys can see that
you can see that where all there is na and they're all this has been filled as fill value, as I've given here has filled values. If I given here something else, then it would be appeared there. Then in this here again I have imported pandas as I have again created a data frame, and its output is given here. Actually I have used this for doing a function called group by function. Group by function is actually used for grouping the data according to the categories and apply a function to the categories. It is also help to aggregate data efficiently. Then pandas data frame, like group by function, is used to split the data into groups based on some criteria. And here you can see that I have grouped by cities, and here you can see I have done by prod dot mean, where I can take the mean of my city sales. Then max I have by underscore prod dot max function has been used here to know the maximum.